Cancers, it's Jen with Lady Tarot 911, bringing you a read. I got this message that I needed to pull a read for you guys, and it had me do like a pre-shuffle or kind of like a pre-message. And this is the message that came out, and I thought this was probably pretty important. All the messages are important, but this one is really important considering what the world is going through right now. To keep this on somewhat of a careful and light, it's important, but I don't want this to be too heavy for YouTube. I'm not going to bring out my one deck that I use offline, as it is extremely heavy, too heavy for YouTube content. However, I did read about this message, and what I got was the globe possibility and a 4. I also got angel numbers confirmation and a 5, and then destiny palm, which is a 9. And this energy right here is very Piscean energy, right? Because it's North Node at this time now that the nodes have shifted. And then crossing it is good luck and a 10 card. This is speaking of the opportunity that's being brought to Cancers and to the collective, not even just Cancers, but this, I was focused on the Cancerian energy. Now, this could be any cross watcher who's coming here about the Cancer placement in your chart as well. Find that, and then this would be reference to that, or this might even, because all energy is connected, this might actually resonate with you even though you're not a Cancer. The opportunity in the world right now for all of us is, it's providing, the universe is providing with the energy at play, the possibility, the opportunity to make a world shift difference, to make a planet difference, to make a humanity difference. And this is being confirmed through signs and synchronicities and angel numbers confirming the things that you are seeing and that you are feeling, your intuition guiding you. And it's a sense of playing out this North Node destiny that is happening in very strategic, perfect timing with the North Node, South Node shift. And of course, then outside of the collective, everything that is happening in the world, in our 3D, in this version that what they say is, and what it appears to be, is this shifting into a new type of new earth, new life, new world consciousness, and the old, or remaining the same, or continuing on with the same objectives that are not collective based, that are not collective, the objective is not collective driven. And there is a huge divide that is happening between the two, and it's creating almost like a spiritual warfare, or it's energetic right now. It's about, what are your values, what are your morals, what are the things you're focusing on, what are the opportunities that you've been given and have been confirmed to you, that your intuition is telling you over and over and over again that this is a direction that you're supposed to go, whether it be in a soul mission, a soul purpose, doing something that is different than what you were doing, because this different focuses more on helping those around you, or humanitarian effort, or helping encourage and hold up and support those around you. And this is the real shift, and that's the division line. That is the consciousness between that as a collective and everybody helping everybody, and the old way of, I build my own empire and there's only enough for me, and if somebody else has something, that means I don't. And there's a shift of that reality, because we know in the collective and we know in the spiritual community that we can actually manifest anything we want, and we become master manifestors, because that's a gift, and that is a right that all humans have been given, but that we are awake to, and that we understand the immense responsibility that comes with, but also the immense relief that brings when it comes to needing resources to be able to survive and be able to make a difference. That's something that we practice and that we can build upon. There are a lot of really great people, companies. There's a lot of hope. There's a lot of charities. There's a lot of people working in that divided side of collective humanitarian work, and helping those less fortunate, helping those who are victims, helping those who are voiceless, the animals, the children, the elderly, the mental health issues, the homeless. And there's a huge range of these people who we then also have to be a part of and support if we choose to go this way. And this is a real time in history that 2025 is going to see the biggest transits that we've ever seen, as far as all the planets, the large gas planets moving. And this what I pulled was a huge sign and an indication that the possibility is here for you. It's being confirmed for you in the present, right? And this is going to lead you to your destiny, whatever you put your hands and your time and energy into. And if there's not a destiny, or not a destiny, not a mission that you, or a soul purpose, or if you don't know what your gifts are, or if you're not sure which direction to go, this is time to kind of sit back and go inward and think to yourself, what is it that I am really good at, that helps build other people, that helps build a foundation for many? And what are those things that I can do? You don't have to come on YouTube and read tarot. You don't have to be a teacher. You don't have to be a healer. But in a sense, whatever you will choose to be doing, you will be helping heal the collective and the community, along with everybody else who is choosing to go that path. And this is going to bring a sense of good luck. And it's not really luck, though. It's actually just more opportunities and blessings and the things in your life through learning how to manifest instantly. It lessens the desire for the 3D and the need for 3D materialistic things. And it's that shift between 3D to 5D consciousness, because things, though we need some things to survive, the luxuries that we do have are not pertinent when it comes to what the purpose is and what we're doing. And you start to minimize the things that become important. Now, how this connects to the collective, and then I'll pull some tarot on this for us, but how this connects not to the collective, but to the worldview. I just wanted to share with you an interesting point that I came across through the fires in California, which I told you all that I was born in Southern California, and the fires did get close to my hometown. I don't remember my hometown because I was 3 when my family moved us here, and I still now live in the state where they moved us to. But I started to pay attention to the fires more, and I would pull cards on why this was happening, what was the point. I kind of knew there's conspiracy theories, there's talk, there is obvious change in weather patterns, in natural disasters, and there are people suffering on both ends of the continent. There are people suffering on all ends of the world in different ways. And what I found so fascinating is, as us in the spiritual community, we tend to go into these periods of loss and isolation, because that is where we can focus on what and who we truly are and what it matters. And I do know that has happened. That happened to me. That's happened to people around me. That's happened to friends and family, where there is a washing or cleansing of the things that are not needed. And we're going through this as a human race as well as collective and in the spiritual community. But I found it fascinating that there were stories coming out of the LA fires that were very inspiring, homes that had been saved, and or what people were focused on in the midst of losing everything they owned, or even their home being spared. And there was a gentleman on there who was, and I'm not sure if any of you guys have seen it, but he was thanking the firemen for saving his house. And obviously the firemen had a reason, had a goal in mind. It wasn't a special house to save. It was that house connected somehow to they needed to keep that one from catching fire so that it would lessen the possibility of the ones around somehow, or that it would cause more chaos. I can't remember exactly what they said about it, but the firemen ended up using that as a central hub, and they saved that home. And that gentleman came back and he had said, he was crying, and he said, why was my home saved? What is a home without a community? And I found that so profound. As he was hugging the fireman, he said, I think what I thought about, the only reason that my home was saved is because I am a structural engineer and I can help this community rebuild. And so even though it wasn't his home that was destroyed and that brought him to his knees to focus on what was important, it was actually the lack and the desecration of those around him that brought him to his knees and understood what his purpose was. And his purpose now is to help those rebuild around him. And he had the skills and the gifts to be able to do this. There was another story that I'll tell very quickly, but a gentleman who promotes his wife's music. And I know a lot of people have heard of them, but I hadn't heard of them. But I did hear him talk for just a couple minutes on an interview that they actually ended up losing everything in the Palisades fire. And he said the only thing that was keeping him from losing his mind of thinking of all the 3D material things that they lost was the fact that he was being distracted on helping use his talents and his gifts to to stream his wife's music, which that he was able to think about wanting to help others versus what he had lost. And everybody goes through that differently, whether it's through natural disasters or spiritual awakenings. We're all being pushed to cleanse of the things around us that are distractions from drama, from royalties, from power. And these things are happening rapidly now. And I said it on my first read, January 1st. If we start out with the card Judgment in a read, the rest of the year is going to be just insane. So I found those stories so inspirational, and it's like putting the puzzle pieces together, because it's like, oh, I get it. All of the desecration and the fires and the hurricanes and everything that's been happening is a wake-up call to people, and is stripping them from the things that distract them from the drama and the money and the elite power. It distracts them from that so that they can truly find their purpose and what matters, and how to truly give using their gifts and their creativity. And that's what we've been called to do, no matter how it affects you. We all have to still make a living, obviously. We still have to survive. But in doing so, we're being shown a way that we can use our talents and gifts and do it together, and helping communities and helping out people more in a collective base versus an individual base. We are in the age of Aquarius, which is very much about using digital technology and the internet and social media, even though there was the downfall of that, the negative side of, social media and dating, online dating and the internet. There was that ability to bring us all together too. I think that's important to note. The age that we came from, the Taurian age, was one of, in the 50s and the 60s, the dad going to work and then, wanting to build their own empire. Like I mentioned, if somebody else gets it, that means I don't get it and I don't have it. And that is the consciousness that we're going away from, because in reality, everybody can have everything. And it's just a matter of manifesting and what you believe to be true, and creating your own, manifesting your own world. With that, let's pull and get some ideas of what more this message has for us. Tell me more about this. Wow. To get the best card in the deck, what's underneath? The truth, right, of what makes us happy. The truth of what's going to create the stability, and that is this enlightenment and this bringing this message to others through your own inspiration and your own work, your own creation of whatever that is, whether that's helping different charities or helping the the earth or the people or the animals, or helping build people by being a healer, helping people heal emotionally and mentally and physically. The truth, this message is about the truth of where and when the sun will shine the brightest, and that will be in this enlightenment about how you are going to contribute. Each and every one of us are going to contribute to the destiny of where this is all going, the destiny, the learning in the North Node, South Node. And if you haven't heard yet, North and South Nodes shifted from Aries and Libra into Pisces and Virgo. And Pisces and Virgo, Piscean energy and Virgo energy are going to balance out with the head versus heart, the logical versus, the daydreamy, not being too logical, not being too daydreamy, but also having creativity and expression, but also being discerning in that Virgo energy as well. And we all should be living in that North Node and pulling ourselves out of the South Node, the comfortability area. And in doing so, that's going to bring more people to this arena or this platform of creating. What is it that they're good at creating? Some people are good creating with their mouths and talking and teaching. Some are good creating videos and helping be an example of what, things to follow or how to do things DIY. There's going to be other people who are good with their hands and are good creating and building. We are, the angel numbers 1111 is about a building sense, a building confirmation. It's a building number, okay? And because if you think of 1111, it's 4 ones. It's, it's like a stability. It's like the 4 number in numerology. But we're washing away the old, this being a 9-year, the 2025 is being a 9-year, and we're ending all of the old paradigms, or ending and it's like an overlapping into 2026, but we're really realigning and reassessing, reevaluating, relationships, people, jobs, side hustles, hobbies, our leisure activities, our motivation, everything in our lives. The sun is round, and that is the whole journey. That is the entire, the coins around, the world is round, the sun is round, because it is a cycle that we are closing up, and we are creating a brand new world, a brand new earth. And you're either on this side or you're on this side. And you have to choose which side you're going to be on for yourself. And if you're watching, this message, most likely all of my, my soul family is learning, where they fit into this puzzle. We all are. Okay. What's ending? The regular way of stability, the regular, the belonging in certain groups, juggling back and forth between knowing, like being pulled in one direction, knowing a direction that you need to go, whether this be in a job or whether this be just in severing ties with things that are not good for your growth. And this is changing, having to feel like there's a constant juggle, going from two, which I mentioned in the collective read, I believe it was, going from two, being a part of like a corporation, or being, in a relationship. Maybe these relationships or these partnerships that used to be stable are no longer stable, or they've turned toxic, or there's just no growth, there's no progression. Moving on from that into finding these resources and balancing out yourself, and creating good partnerships or good relationships with people that are going to be interdependent with you along this road that we all are creating. And tell me about destiny. Moving towards in the near future, okay? Yep, the self-introspection and going within, and really just being, it's hard to look at, yeah. We'll go like that. So becoming very clear cut on exactly what you're wanting, exactly the path you want to go down. This is going to bring, the knowing what you want, because what's crossing it is the wish fulfillment, and this new love either within yourself, or this new creation that you're creating, or this new job that's going to help you grow and help support the community or the collective. Whatever this is, this new beginning, using your intuition, right? And balancing out that logic and the practical and the emotional. You're coming to a point where you are using the sword that the Queen of Swords has, using this sword to be clear cut on what you will accept, what you won't accept, what helps bring up your vibration and your energy, and what distracts or pulls you from that, and cutting those things out. And it will be after this hermit phase that you have of this introspection of what fulfills you. What does your soul want, or what would make your soul happy, whether it be in a, new location, or a new home, or with a new person, or in a new, collaboration or connection, some type of networking in a job, and so forth. Okay, let me see. I feel like I need 1, 2. Okay, let's take a look at some more messages. What does this entail during this transition? What does this entail for Cancer? So working out, love stuck, kiss of love. So this could be, okay. So there's some type of messy situation, right? That could get, that needs to be taken care of, whether it be somebody that is connected to you, or whether this is just in this transition period, this period where it's going to come down to you having to make a decision, and you're going to be cleaning up this, either you are, or the person around, like attached to you, who also is going through this energy, right? Who you might be working with once you go. It says 2 to 1, but again, moving, this is like the past, even though past and present and future are all at the same time period, if you watch my reads, because I explain it the way Einstein explains it too, is that it's all happening at once. But going from potentially an old home, an old location, an old stability, an old relationship, this could be you or your person, right? If we were to split that off like that. Going from this, opening up the doors of possibility. This could be a job, or just funds, 3D materialistic, having that stability of maybe you've been borrowing from Peter to pay Paul, or, juggling, living paycheck to paycheck. Going from that need or that codependency to stay in that situation where there is just, it's patterns and no growth. The possibility is opening up for that stability. You have a 4 here, you have a 4 here, and you have a 2 here, right? those are very divisible numbers. You are moving from a 4 to a 2 to a 1 because you need to reevaluate exactly what it is that you're wanting and end. You're getting confirmation and clarification on what to end in your life, what decisions to make, what direction to go. And this is the change that's happening. And you're jumping from a 5 number, to a 10 number, because in doing so, you're going to very quickly move to a new partnership or a new relationship or a new job or you're going to see it, a new behavior or a new way of thinking. This could also be a new way of handling your finances. But there is a need for your happiness and what fulfills you, where you can start helping give to the collective of people. And this can be just your change up creates an energetic boost in humanity and in those connected to you, attached to you, your family. So when you change or transition and you change for the better or you ascend, that creates the same type of energetic boost for another, and they might get an idea to do the same, or your inspiration will help inspire them to go a different direction. Or maybe if you're moving from a job to becoming independent and having, becoming an entrepreneur or following a side hustle that becomes something that is an inspiration for those around you just through you making that transition and that change. However, this is talking about, feeling like you're at a dead end of something that you love and cleaning up the mess of that. And when I say mess, it just says what a mess. So it just says that there's just too many outside influences. And again, this could be you, or this could be somebody that maybe is attached to you, or somebody that you are supposed to be working with at some point, that this is their energy around you as well, where this is things, getting clear, having enlightenment, and getting the truths about some type of change that needs to happen to wrap up this old cycle. Okay. All right. Let's see. What else do you want me to? This is just a quick. I know it maybe doesn't feel like it's quick, and I've rambled on quite a bit, but I'm gonna try and see if there's anything else that the universe, God, source, divine wants to give you in regards to this. Oh, these are upside down. Turning things right side up, that's a big deal, right? Getting out of this mess. But what else do you want to tell Cancer? Okay, we just talked about all this. There's a need to forgive, maybe forgive yourself, be your best. They wanted me to take that one too. There's going to be forgiveness that is needed, whether you're stuck because of a situation that happened in the past that did you wrong, or some type of betrayal, some type of issue that is keeping you wrapped up and distracted, right? Remember the cards that I pulled with the fires was distraction and drama, royalty, and what crossed that was a collapse. And so to me, that meant that anything that was distracting, that was of drama, or that was of the 3D visual on the surface, things that we deal with, whether that be people or just 3D materialistic things, it doesn't get deeper than that. It doesn't sink into the soil, right? It doesn't create a deeper soul fulfilling foundation for us to be able to help others grow. There's going to be a need to forgive, whether it's yourself, whether it's somebody. This is do what you will, but this in forgiving and moving forward, whatever the situation was, not forgetting, but learning lessons, understanding who people truly are. And through that forgiveness, this is going to, if this is something that you can do, it's going to help you down this new path. And this is inspiration, harness your creative energy. We just talked about that, did we not? This spiritual path, realign with your spirit. And here's refocus, realign. We were talking about that, right? And honoring who you truly are, what you truly want to be involved with, and a passion for that to grow every day, no matter what it is, a side hustle or whatever this is, calling your soul allies. Through doing this, it's going to bring you in these partnerships, these relationships, and this attraction of your soul people. And like I've said before, whether it be a new relationship, whether it be a new partnership, whether it be a new home and location or situation, whether it just be a path on where you feel like your destiny is, where it's leading to, the facts are the facts. And it's really no different than the book, The Secret, the law of attraction, the law of pure potential or potentiality, the ability to, when you truly know what you want and you are on that path and you stop filling that void within you, whether it be in your heart or whether it just be in behaviors or a way of thinking in your head when you clear that out and you become neutral and stoic and you start down a path that is helping you ascend, right? On and stop patterns and old behavior or relationships, get rid of the toxicity, it opens up the space within you, whether this be in your heart relationships and emotions, whether this be financially and prosperity wise, abundance or opportunities. It opens the space up to allow the universe, anything that you've been manifesting, that you're creating this new life with, and you're clearly taking little baby steps, but you're on the right path, you're on your path of destiny, it's gonna allow the universe to bring that into you. And it actually will come in to the 5D leads into the 3D, and the 3D, you will see it manifest in your 3D world because there was space there for it. But with all this toxicity, this distraction, this drama, this problems with finance, the constant juggling, the staying in old situations, hitting that glass ceiling and not being able to move forward no matter what it is, whether it's cramping your creative style or it is not allowing you to build upon who you are and what you know and how you know how to help others along with yourself ascend, right? And have compassion and through love and a positive move forward, instead of filling that space with things that aren't going to be helpful. This is saying that you have a possibility right now, you have an opportunity, and this is a global possibility through the collective and the spiritual world, and our 3D world all is mirroring back to each other in there, and it's the same opportunities. Some people see them, some people don't. The energy is saying that the possibility is here or has been here as we wrap up the 2024 and the overlap in 2025 to really make some decisions about going a different direction and opening that space up to allow the things that you want to attract in, the love you want and deserve, the job you want, the side hustle, the compassion and love for other people to help them grow as well, because there's a huge blessing in doing something for somebody else and seeing it benefit them and watching somebody else growth due to, in part, how you helped. And there's a great fulfillment that comes from that. There's a cleaning up of this mess. There's an understanding of the possibility, a confirmation of cleaning up the mess, seeing that yes, you're being validated, that this is truly, you will, by wrapping this up or getting this cleaned up and having the enlightenment and the wisdom to know what to do and how to move forward, you're getting the confirmation that you indeed will have good fortunes and good luck moving in this direction, that it's going to come to an end, the juggling or the problems that you might have had here or being stuck, and it's going to lead you into becoming the best that you could possibly be. And in all areas, in your job, you're going to be magnetic as hell, and you're going to be, because you're following your path of destiny, you're living in the north node Piscean energy, and that's what we're supposed to be doing. Every 18 months it changes too, and it's a new path of destiny. It's not necessarily new, it's just another portion, another puzzle piece of that destiny of learning that we will move to or transition to. And right now, this is about becoming clear about you and what you want and what your soul needs and the fulfillment of your heart and your dreams and your desires, and going back to being that kid and creating, like this card, harnessing that inspiration and that creativity of what you want to do. When you were a kid, what was it that you wanted to do, that you really wanted to be, or that you felt very passionate about, and shining the light on that. And the universe is going to start giving you opportunities and showing you ways that you can fulfill that. But it is going to take you being very sharp, with this Queen of Swords energy, being very sharp and clear on your wish fulfillment and what is not contributing to that and what is contributing to that, and how you're going to clean that up and realign that in these next few months. Over probably the next 6 months, there's going to be just this through, I think I've heard like March, and in the summertime, by the end of the summer, there's going to be a real wrap up about all this, and you will have come through this energy. If you're pretty close to the timelines, you come through this energy at some point and taking care of all this and have that enlightenment, and we'll all be on our, the ones who are choosing this path, right? The choosing which side of the division, choosing this path that is going to be of our best self, and to be our best self for the benefit of the collective and for others and those outside of ourselves. And it's going to be rocky, and it's not going to be fun sometimes, and it's going to be heartbreaking and heart consuming, and it's not, but what is worth the fight is the question for you. What is worth the fight? Hopefully, you guys, I hope that helps you. Again, I say, and I try and say this on a lot of my reads, stay focused on you and baby steps and remaining neutral, and let the universe fill what needs to be filled. You just float along the river, go along the river, and just stay as neutral and stoic as possible about anything. Whatever comes in, fine. Whatever goes out, fine. And just allow it to be. And that's going to be probably the best advice that I could give you. I give that to my own children. All right. Hopefully that helps you guys. And you have a wonderful Friday night. We'll talk to you later.